All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. So today we have a simple topic, and it's a little bit of a flashback, but now that we look at it now in modern times, not modern times, what's going on right now with the outdoor dining, right? So New York is changing the regulations on outdoor dining, and basically means that many of these restaurants are not going to be able to have these outdoor structures out there anymore. We're going to watch a quick video, and again, look, subscribe if you haven't. Let's get into this video real quick.
It's last call for outdoor dining setups in New York City. Restaurant owners have until midnight tonight to get their applications in to keep their roadside and sidewalk dining structures. Otherwise, they will be taken down by the city. Fox 5's Richard Jacobus has more on the dining scene.
There wasn't much of a lunch crowd dining outdoors on the Upper West Side, well, except for some who found relief in the outdoor dining shed. These sheds became a lifeline during the COVID pandemic for Manny's Bistro owner, Manny Colon. And 4 years later, he's hoping he could still keep one up.
Still, there's a lot of guests that still want to be outdoors.
Minute before the clock strikes midnight.
100%. Right now in New York, these structures are out there, and they have made restaurants that were not as busier. Like it's really been a lifeline. I was unfortunate not to be able to, and if anybody follows me, because I kind of started this channel around that time. Because I had a lot of time because my restaurant was closed down by the city. The outdoor dining, I was not able to do it, and it destroyed me. I was able to see restaurants that were not very good put outdoor seating, and they were jam-packed. And it was not because service or the food was good. It was just because they had outdoor seating. And when I was able to open up from the city, every other phone call was out. They wanted outdoor seating. I could not offer it. It was not one of those things about city. The city actually let me do outdoor seating, but the property itself, it was a really tough property. Got a lot of challenges off of that property and that location, and that destroyed my business. Not being able to actually run my business or open my business, it was. I saw how much this outdoor seating just elevated and tremendously, basically helped businesses. Businesses were doing better than they were doing before they had the outdoor seating. That's how crazy this outdoor seating, I want to say trend or fad, but it was that was just so popular. Not ramble anymore.
Night tonight, restaurants in the 5 boroughs that have not applied for the Dining Out NYC program must dismantle their existing outdoor dining sheds.
And there's new rules and regulations. It'll be a lot smaller. It'll only be the width of the restaurant and the depth of where a parking space is.
But getting approved doesn't mean you get to keep your existing shed. By November 1st, all of these sheds along Columbus Avenue will disappear. There's new standardized design rules that can be costly for restaurant owners. Building structures on sidewalks cannot be fully enclosed and can only be up from April 1st through November 29th each year. Sidewalk cafes, though, are fair game.
It's costly depending on how luxurious you want it to look. So everybody has different, ideas of what they want it to look like.
Critics call these structures eyesores and say they should have been taken down years ago. Others say it's now part of the charm of
Yeah, and it's 100% true. That's a fair statement. If you go to New York and you walk around these towns that have a lot of restaurants, some of these, structures were built, with a lot of intent, a lot of they put money into it, and it was made serve this purpose the best that it could outdoors. And at first, many of them were just put up, and I know a lot of them now look a lot better, but at first, yeah, there was a lot of them that were just put up as quickly as possible. They got some wood, they hammered, they put some crates on the bottom, they made a floor. They did a lot of stuff quickly because at that point, that was the only way for you to make any money. And that many of them made it with, they were probably closed for a little bit of time before they even had this. So this was like a lifeline, to say the least.
NYC.
I think that the really nice sheds should be able to stay up.
As of yesterday afternoon.
And who's gonna say which ones are the nice ones, right? Are you gonna just go by and be like, this can stay up? They got regulations. They have rules. They got to be measured a certain way. I get it. That's the only way the stuff that's gonna make sense. got to make everything kind of basically equal. Can't make one place be able to have this and other place be able to that. Gotta have some limitations. I get it, but that also means that most of these are gonna have to come down anyway. People are gonna have to rebuild something to fit within what the rules and regulations are gonna be anyway. So yeah, most of these are gonna come down anyway. Are they? And now they can't stay there all year long. So it's gonna be very interesting. It's definitely going to change the little bit of restaurant scene, because this, I can tell you, is very, very popular.
Department of Transportation, which is overseeing this new program, says just about 15% of restaurants with outdoor dining sheds applied for a permit. That's less than 2,000 of the more than 12,000 that applied back at the height of the pandemic. No word.
Well, that is pretty crazy that out of about 12,000 restaurants, only 2,000 restaurants have signed up to keep these structures. It sounds like a lot of structures are going to be coming down. And I can tell you right now that in the city, those structures or outdoor dining is still popular. It just is. I can tell you from my experience in the restaurants that I'm running now, outdoor seating, it's still popular. I personally, I mean, this is just me. When I like to go eat, and I do go out to eat almost every week, or I'll eat out because I don't want to cook because I'm in the kitchen so many hours. I prefer to be in the most comfortable place as possible, and I usually find it that it's indoors. That's just me. In nice weather, don't get me wrong, I don't mind eating outdoors, but this, I don't want to eat when it's too hot. I don't want to eat if the sun is going to be on me, which most of them have covers, but it's mostly the heat thing. I like to be like cool and be able to not have to worry about like the temperature of the room or temperature of outside while I'm eating. I like to enjoy my food. So that's just me. But we all know that that's not been the case over the last couple of years in the outdoor seating, and places have really invested. Like currently I'm in Jersey, and many places have invested in some type of outdoor seating, like permanent outdoor seating. It's a little bit easier. I'm more in the suburban settings over here in Jersey, and don't get me wrong, there's the city part of Jersey, but that's not where a lot of the restaurants that I worked at are, and they're able to build these structures because they have the room and they have the space, and it's just a different way. But oh my God, I can't. New York is going to be interesting. A lot of restaurants literally made their business off of that outdoor seating. It's curious. It's almost like another, I mean, to be honest, many restaurants, I can tell you from my experience when I was in the city in Philadelphia and I had my restaurants, I got destroyed from not being able to do the outdoor seating, and that's a whole different story. If you ever really want to hear the story, I'm now open to kind of tell that story, but boy, I didn't want to, whatever. And at the same time, you might not even be surprised. You might be like, yeah, I've heard something like that before. So, I'm very interested for New York City in the restaurant scene. And some restaurants don't need it. I think some restaurants need that outdoor seating. It kind of brings attention. It builds their traffic. But if everyone, I guess, has to, well, not everyone, but if most of them take it down, I think it's going to be, I guess, start going back to normal, to what it was, which I don't know if it's better or worse. I don't know. This is not something that is necessarily or was necessarily a big part of the restaurant dining experience in New York. It really just became really big in the last couple years. Look, if you made it this far, subscribe. I appreciate it very much.